Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Holiday Team Sullivan podcast. Fuck. Okay.
Ho ho ho!
How did you fuck that up?
Oh. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Team Sullivan podcast. I'm Luminous, and we are here with Tamden.
Hi.
Rope.
Hello?
Munchy.
Bruh.
Tingle.
That's a bruh moment.
And lastly, and definitely most least, Chris.
Hi.
Okay, so we are going to talk about bullying. So, Chris, would you like to start us off on
Yes,
bullying?
I would love to start this topic. So, as some of you longtime viewers know, which is literally no one, a certain someone is consistently late. I want to bring up the topic of bullying because I feel like in some circumstances it's pretty warranted. So, Tingle, you want to take it away?
Our boy Tamden is always late. I could have had 5 extra minutes to do absolutely nothing, and yet here we are waiting for him.
Tamden, what's your retort?
It's like it's night. Well, I mean, sorry, I guess, but like 5 minutes.
I also want to point out that last time we've already attempted this podcast.
Last time it was a Halloween special.
Last time it was a Halloween special that we were supposed to pick back up after like a 30-minute break. And we all waited and waited.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't a 30-minute break. It was a day break. We were going to do it the next night. And then I messaged Tamden and he didn't respond.
And Tamden just wasn't there. Tamden was sitting in a dark, empty room staring at his computer cross-eyed as the Discord notifications showed up.
More like stuff to do in life.
No, Tamden. Team Sullivan is the first priority.
You didn't add me another day and it's like, okay, let's try it now.
You read the terms and conditions, Tamden, and you signed them when you joined Team Sullivan.
That's not true. I put down a fake
Are
name.
you telling me your name isn't Tam Dork Doorbell?
No, it's Todd. So what's the actual topic then?
That was it.
Well,
That was just a joke topic, because as soon as we all joined and it hit 11, we all got mad. This will get the funny bone going. We did this last Christmas podcast, which was probably like 3 or 4 years ago at this point with Luke. We're all going to go around and we're going to give each other presents. We're going to give everyone in the call one present. And it's something that you think they'd like. So, for example, I would give Munchy a present and I'd give him Star of David. And then he'd love that.
I
Any
would
particular
give you
reason
a
why
flag
I
if
like
you-
the Star of David?
You're Jewish.
I'll go first. I've heard that it was some special little boy's certain Hanukkah, so I've decided to give Munchy a yarmulke.
Why is everyone? What is
you
happening?
Jewish?
He is.
No, I'm not. Oh, I don't know how this came up.
Let's play dreidel.
Munchy, sorry, this is on the Team Sullivan wiki already. You can't change it.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Right under your name in big, bold capital letters in Comic Sans, it says Jewish.
I'm one of the mod writers on it, and I've been typing it out the whole time. Luminous, I'm gonna give you $1,000 off your student loans, because that sounds good.
Thank you.
What? And I get a dreidel?
You get a yarmulke, not
No,
even
a
a dreidel.
yarmulke. That's even
Yeah,
better.
it's the little hat.
What's a
That's
yarmulke?
even better than $1,000 off your student loan.
It's the little hat to cover up your bald spot.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get Hamden a silk headscarf.
What?
You're getting me a hijab?
No, I'll get you a wave cap or whatever the fuck they're called. I'm spacing out on
You
the
can
name
get
of
Tamden
it.
waves.
A do-rag?
Tamden with
Yeah,
waves, I think I would die
You're
laughing.
gonna get him a do-rag.
A do-rag, yeah.
Tamden with
Oh
a
my
do-rag,
God.
and it just tears because it can't contain his hair.
Why are all these like racially based, but you're getting the wrong race?
And then Lewis just gets $1,000 for out of nowhere, just a Roach scholarship.
Tamden, you get a spliff and a Glock.
No.
Chris, I'll give you 2 Q-tips,
Okay.
and then Tingle,
That's it.
I'll give you cry about it. I'll give you samurai sword from your favorite anime. I don't know.
How thoughtful.
Thoughtful is not the word you should have used.
It's very thoughtful, Chris. You can clean your ears out now so you can hear better.
Yeah, damn it, I guess you're right.
Wait, I'd get you that too, actually.
Lumi holds Lumi really tightly, stares into his pearly blues, and starts to go in for a kiss, but stops and says
have
this
that, mate.
instead.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you Pokemon Arceus and an Arceus plushie.
I already pre-ordered
That
the
is
game.
No,
Awful.
No,
That's
you didn't.
awful of you.
no,
He
you
looks
didn't.
back
But
into your eyes,
I'll
blank
just have
face,
2
and
copies
says that.
of it now.
Oh, well, you can sell it for $60. Tamden, I will get you a good camera rip of Spider-Man No Way Home.
I could just go see it, and I don't want that. I want to see it in theaters.
What if I got you a good cam rip and it played on a movie screen?
Why would I not just go to the fuck you?
No, but you're in the
What's wrong?
movies, Tamden. I bought out a movie theater. I sit you down and you watch
You-
a good
You
camera.
bought me a movie ticket.
No, I bought you a movie theater seat and I'm controlling the
Well, you should
projector.
have just bought me a movie ticket.
Nah, this is cooler. And then in the middle of the movie, I interspliced a video of me undressing.
Yeah, you put over halfway through the movie, you put your hand over and start doing a little dog motion. You go.
I do a little spider crawl across the screen and I say, "This is the fourth Spider-Man in the movie," and you start screaming. Roach, I would get you one of those like giant water jugs that you can refill. I don't know what the gallons are in it, but I would get you one of those filled with weed.
Epic.
A weed that doesn't go bad. I don't know what the expiration date is on weed, but I'd imagine that I'd have to add not expiring because that's a lot of weed.
It's one
Yeah,
day.
it's probably like an ounce or no, it's actually more like 2-3 ounces probably.
An ounce? I'm talking like a huge water jug.
Yeah, huge water jug. Yeah, no, that's more like 2-4 maybe.
Is weed that light?
Weed takes up a lot of space, but it's very light.
It's just like pretty much a flower.
Munchy, I want to get you a Fortnite skin, but it has to be a creative Fortnite skin. So I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. How about you get a Nate skin, and whenever you use it, Nate will play Fortnite with you.
That's an amazing skin. I'd use that.
There you go.
That's awesome.
And Tingle,
That's Pog.
what's that What's that game that you play? Hearthstone?
No.
Heroes of the Storm.
Well, whatever, same shit.
Heroes of the Storm.
I would get you a Nate skin in Heroes of the Storm, and whenever you use the skin, completely original idea. Whenever you use the skin, Nate will play with you.
I want a new gift.
I don't think I want to play with Nate in Heroes of the
Well,
Storm.
we'll take the gift. I forgot the receipt. Who wants to go next?
So I will get Tamden the PS5.
I don't.
Well, you can go and resell it.
Timon opens
for
up a
like
$600 present and he just goes, "I don't."
Oh, so you can use my
I'll
$1,000
take some money.
You could probably
Okay,
scalp it for
well,
double the price.
I'll send you a check then. Okay, so Roach, I will get you a limited edition Beyblade. I don't know what limited edition Beyblade, but I will get you a limited edition Beyblade.
I want that.
Chris,
I actually want that.
I will get you a life-size Lucario, and it'll have my my nameplate from when I was working at Target. It'll be attached to that Lucario.
Oh,
and
fuck, I didn't
that'll,
think
like,
of you.
basically be like me. No, okay. I'm not getting
Whoa.
that. Never mind. You get
can't,
nothing.
dude.
Yeah,
Come jar.
Is it
Come
a
jar.
sexy furry?
Munchy, you get a replica of Excalibur, but it's made of foam. And Tingle, I will get you Fortnite skin.
Epic. I have all the Fortnite.
Probably just like
Tingle's just piling
probably
up
the
on
cheapest,
Fortnite
like,
skins.
skin I could
Like the one guy that does not want to play Fortnite at all when me and Opie play. You get the Fortnite skin.
Now he has a reason to play Fortnite with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now I have a reason to play.
I'll
You
get,
already have
you
Master
your
Chief,
Nate,
though.
you have your Nate skin, so we can squat up.
I'll get you one of those NFL like Fortnite skins.
Jale. Okay, I will get Lumai a drawing tablet because he's drawing a lot.
Oh.
I'd get Timdonian. Have you watched part 6, Timden?
I don't like part 6.
Well,
He's
it's okay
ready.
because I'm gonna
He's
get
ready.
you an amulet. I'm gonna get you an amulet with some kind of weird stone inside. I don't know what it is. and then, like,
I don't want to stand. That is the anime power I want to use.
and I'll get you I'll get you a picture of your parents in it as well. I don't know what the stone is. You might have to like touch it or something. And for Senpai, I'd get him boxing gloves with cushions on them, so he can slam down his table a lot more softer. You can slam down on his wall a lot more softer. You can punch Opie a lot softer. For Cripple, I'd get you a crisp $20 bill.
Okay, thank you.
You don't get the reference. I hate you. And for Tingle, I'd get you. So you know that guy that said like, "Oh, I got you a Toyota," and then like when the girl went outside, it was a Toyota.
Yeah.
So I'd get Tingle a key, and then I give him just a sword and say, "Hey, look, it's a keyblade."
I hate this.
I love it. I love it, man.
So far I have a Fortnite skins and a sword.
You have
Two
you have
swords.
2 swords. My
swords.
anime.
I have 2 swords.
And mysterious
Doubling
key.
You're doubling up.
Oh yeah, I just have a random mysterious key that Munchy won't tell me what it unlocks.
You have to go around unlocking everything.
I'm gonna get Chris a laser pointer.
What am I, a fucking cat?
I have one
Yes.
right in my hand.
Yes. And then for Munchy, a Fortnite skin as well. I have to
Amazing.
distribute the Fortnite skins equally. Roach, I'm gonna get you a bong that is the Snake Way Dragon from Dragon Ball Z.
An infinitely snaking bong, and he can never smoke it.
Yeah.
He lights one end and just starts
Epic.
sprinting.
Epic.
He has to make it all the way to King Kai's planet to get one hit.
He gets there.
Kai, light it up!
Yeah, he gets there and King Kai is zoided out of his mind.
Gregory smoked the entire thing.
And then for Tamden, I'm gonna get you a watch so you're never late again.
Is it the Omnitrix?
I don't even think that tells the time though, so he's still gonna be late.
It doesn't.
It's a watch that every time you press it, it takes you back 5 minutes prior to when you were supposed to arrive, so you'll actually be on time.
Can I transform with it?
You can transform into someone who's on time.
Yeah, you can transform into someone who's actually on time.
Can I use it infinitely to like keep going back in time?
Yeah.
Okay, I go back in time to the point where you decide to give me this gift, and then I make it so you get me the Omnitrix instead.
You'd have like a temporal collapse at that point.
I don't care. I have the Omnitrix.
Alright.
No, I'm gonna get you an Omnitrix, but every time you use it, one of your fingernails falls off,
Like permanently, or will it regrow?
like permanently.
So I only get to use it 10 times.
I mean, you
but
could use it. You could
on
use it after that.
toenails.
It'll all be soft, spongy skin.
Okay.
Yeah, every time you grab something, your fingers are just.
Yeah, you crinkle chimp fingers.
God.
Then I can't press it with my fingers.
Every time you press it, you just
Like,
scream in pain.
I have to bash the fucking thing with my like palm.
Isn't that what he does anyway?
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying
you, like,
the
You, like,
button
push
to
it down with your fingers, and your fingers
Yeah, the button-
crinkle in on themselves.
there's a button to like make the dial come up in the first place. So I just like try to like shittily smack that with my palm. That would suck.
Fucking tip of your bone and your fingers, like.
That's really good. That's a really good. That's like a fucking. That is like actually a stupid shitty JoJo downside you thought of.
JoJo
and
stands
then
where your
for-
stands in the other room, and it only works if you're in a room. Did you know? Quick, I'm gonna probably edit this out, but did you know in JoJo there is a stand that only works if you are a room above the person?
That's oddly specific.
That is the first stand in Part 8. I am not joking. That is the first stand that he's put up against, and immediately I'm like, I'm not gonna like this part, and I didn't even end
You
up
have a
finishing.
stand that only works if you eat
Oh, that-
McDonald's chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce.
That's literally what the stands have gotten so stupid.
For Lumi, I'm gonna get a really cool Haruhi poster signed by all
Naked
the
Haruhi.
voice actors and actresses.
No, Chris.
Is she legal?
I love the way
No,
he
she's
said
not.
that.
She's in high school.
Uh-oh.
He said that like a disappointed, he said that like a disappointed parent. He was like, "No, Chris."
He sees it and he just puts his hand on his face. He goes, no.
That's good. You're a respectful anime fan, unlike Mo.
Yeah.
No, hold on. You have titty figures.
What?
You have
I have
figures in like
anime figures.
bikinis.
What?
Just because they
No,
have
I don't.
titties
They aren't in
doesn't mean they're
bikinis. They are just in
sexualized.
their like fucking.
Just
like,
because they're in a
you know, they're
bikini
just
with their
anime.
tits
They're just
popping
in
out
their
doesn't mean they're
underwear.
sexualized.
That's for Haru.
Okay,
not Haruhi.
that's just designed. Also, yeah, I don't have that. And also, like those like women are like of age, so it's
Yeah.
not. Like,
So it's
morally
fine.
Wrong, okay.
No, that is fine. Like that's the problem with like anime too. It's just like 80% of them are all like underage but look like fucking 30-year-old.
No,
Girl
but they're a
academia,
million years
yeah.
old.
It's either that or vice versa.
It's-
They're like
no,
40,
no,
they look like
Roach.
they're 12.
They're all
Yeah.
a million years old, and they just so happen to look like they're 12. Lumi,
No,
it's your...
no, they're actually 16. My Hero Academia. Chris, here's a suicide note. You need to kill yourself. That's your gift.
Alright.
Okay, for Tingle, no, I'll do you next. Munchy, I'll buy you Minecraft story mode, but only one chapter of it.
I already have it.
Okay, I'll just buy you an NFT then.
What the fuck?
Tingle, I'll buy you an NFT, but it's an elf NFT.
It's Will Ferrell screaming
Is that
Santa.
what you see me as, an elf?
Roach, I'll buy you a drawing tablet, assuming you still do drawing.
I want to. Yes.
That's
Alright,
motivation
buy
to
you a
do.
drawing tablet. Luminous, I'll buy you an Omnitrix, but it can only transform you into your least favorite anime characters, and I'll also get you a sense of shame.
See,
I see.
So wait, so
You
so
know
wait,
what, I'll
he
take it.
uses
I
it,
mean,
and
like,
he transforms into some random
I don't
anime
really
character,
say,
but then
like,
he's like,
Yeah,
I know, it
like-
specifically has to be an anime character he really dislikes and
He
hates.
turns into Yajirobe.
I don't know. I don't really have like a character that I really fucking like hate.
The one that turns into a slime. Do you hate that anime?
I never watched it, so I don't
What?
have any opinion on it.
That's a specific anime?
Yeah, it's like a slime anime.
It's a slime
I don't know.
Yeah,
Everybody in
yeah.
Charvel you don't like?
That's the title
Yeah,
of the
it's
show.
like one of those.
It's a slime.
Yeah, except every episode is like one of those Instagram videos where they just like touch the slime and it's like really like pleasing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Kids
okay.
like slime, you know.
You dislike
Yeah.
anything?
I don't have any strong opinions on anything. It's like I'll watch stuff that I like. I'm not gonna like go into something like that I actively don't like.
Well, you haven't
It's like,
watched
oh,
anything.
fine,
You're like, damn,
fine.
that fucking
You,
sucks.
you have an Omnitrix, but it only turns you into Has-Been Hotel characters. There, I decided for you.
I never watched Has-Been Hotel.
There.
You dislike it. Trust me.
Okay.
Luminous becomes over-designed whenever he pushes it.
He becomes
Has-Been
Jonesy
Hotel.
from
He
Fortnite.
becomes hard on the eyes to look at.
Munchy, I'll update your NFT to you have a hat that makes you look like Deadlock's Minecraft skin in real life.
That's it. That's the perfect gift. That's all I wanted.
Perfect gift.
Nice.
Chris,
Place
you get a
Minecraft
time
hungry.
machine.
DeLorean.
This time machine no, it's just time machine.
Okay,
No
I'm
car.
less excited.
It only exclusively lets you go back in time to alter the events of also an
It's
artist.
Fortnite now.
Do I come back immediately after I change them?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just make it me and Munchy. Favorite holiday food? Do you mind if I start this one?
Yeah.
Every year, my stepmom's mother makes this really good spaghetti with meat sauce, and it's really, really good. Most of the time, like, spaghetti isn't really Christmas food. Normally, it's like a ham or something. She also makes ham, and that's good. And she also, since we live in bumfuck nowhere, they get fresh venison stuffing. And I don't like stuffing, but the venison stuffing basically just tastes like sausage and bacon, and it's really good.
Chris,
Yeah.
aren't you Irish? Like your history?
I am... Actually, my great-grandmother that I knew, she died when I was like 14. She was off the boat Italian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nephew just doesn't come off like an Italian, but it's probably your other side.
Yeah, that's my dad's side, is nephew. That's probably... I think it's French.
I was gonna be like, I didn't know you were Italian. I could be calling you Tony the whole time.
That name does not fit me at all. I can't really think of any other Christmas foods that I like. I think it's just that personal one food for me with the sketty.
Mine's really short. As a kid, before my grandma passed, we would have a Christmas with my grandparents because me and my mom were living with them. We had this one type of candy, really an old person's candy. It's called like a hard ribbon candy. I don't know if you guys ever had it before. It's a hard kind of glass-like candy in different flavors shaped like ribbons.
Oh, I've seen this before.
That would probably be one of my top favorite holiday foods because that was always kind of like a Christmas thing.
They kind of look like fruit roll-ups.
They're crunchy.
Yeah.
Though. They're not gummy whatsoever.
Don't fuck with me
Very
mentally.
crunchy. Very hard.
I don't think I'd ever recover from that.
My favorite holiday thing to have is eggnog. My parents and grandparents don't cook anything in particular that's festive because my grandparents like sometimes make turkey for like Christmas. We also have that for Thanksgiving, so I don't really count that. And sometimes my parents will make prime rib. Again, that's also like a dish that we have for Thanksgiving, so I don't count that either. So I'm just gonna use eggnog since that's a festive thing. And also, I love eggnog. I just love how it tastes.
I've never had eggnog.
Eggnog's pretty good. It's pretty yummy. You probably wouldn't like it though because I don't know. It is one of those things that you kind of grow into. I feel like a little bit. There's definitely some off-putting qualities about eggnog sometimes.
We might as well get this topic out of the way right now, but before we continue, Chelsea wanted our opinions on eggnog. And I've never had it, so I don't have an opinion. She probably didn't like it because there wasn't any booze in it. What even is it?
I don't really know the exact details of it because apparently they don't use eggs in the non-alcoholic eggnog, I think.
Milk, cream, spices like nutmeg and vanilla, fortified with, and then if it's alcoholic, rum, whiskey, or brandy. That doesn't sound too bad, but I feel like the consistency of it may fuck with me.
It's pretty thick.
Ugh.
It's pretty thick and rich.
Yeah.
I will say that.
It's like a milkshake.
Kind of.
Kinda.
It's
Ew.
like a melted milkshake.
That's fucking...
It's
I
really
like
good
it.
cold.
I don't think I could stomach that.
I really want to try alcoholic eggnog.
You want to get fucked up on some eggnog?
I don't know how strong alcoholic eggnog is. I think it wouldn't be that strong, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Don't drink too much of
I'm
it.
turning 21 soon. Woohoo.
Then you'll be able to drink your eggnog. Munchy, do you have a Christmas food?
Instant ramen.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Is there a special type of ramen your family makes, or you just make it by yourself, like instant?
Nope.
Nope.
Instant
Well, what brand of
Nope.
ramen is it?
No clue.
Munchy puts it in hot chocolate.
Oh, it's called Paldo.
You put some hot chocolate and marshmallows with some raw noodles.
Dumps a packet of ramen into it and swirls it around.
Just saying, I found a really good ramen joint near my place, and now you got me wanting it.
You're welcome.
Paldo they also have like jajang like packets, and like I really like jajang. That's like black bean noodles, and they taste really good. It's like a Korean
I
thing.
like ramen. That's all I have to say about it.
I got a bunch of.
And that's my opinion on the topic.
The nice thing about cup of noodles is that like they have like a bunch of shit in it already.
Yeah, doesn't that like kill you?
I mean, yeah, but at least it tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything kills you, Chris. Come
No,
on.
but I mean like that more so with the amount of sodium in
Oh,
it.
I mean, yeah. I think it's also worse in America because they try to balance for American palates, which makes it
Which
worse.
means just dump a bunch of sugar and salt into it.
Yeah,
Gotta love that.
I really like pecan pie.
same.
I can't do pie. Here's an argument. I don't like pie. I never have, never will. Any kind of pie. I've had all pies of all flavors. Apple, pumpkin. I've liked neither.
What about meat pies?
Do you like
What
cheesecake?
about mud pies?
What the fuck's a mud pie?
Why-
Is that the one with
Why did
pudding?
you only?
Meat
You literally
pie.
only listed 2.
Because that's all I remember.
It's a pie made of mud.
I
What
remember
about meat pies?
If
meat.
you go to Rolf's,
Yeah, like chicken
I
pot
like,
pie or shepherd's pie.
You know what, Tamden? You saying Rolf's? You don't even have to finish that sentence. I bet that's gonna convince me because Rolf's has really good food. They have really good donuts.
I remember getting a pie from there once. I think it was like some kind of like cinnamon or bread, like cinnamon flavored or something. I don't know. It was really good.
I had their donuts a few months ago. They were really good.
Tingle, I'll agree with you though. Pecan pie is really fucking good. My
I
work
fucking love that shit.
makes in-house pies like every day, and so we also have a pecan pie that we sell. And my work's pecan pie is fucking delicious.
I've only really had apple pie. Like I really like apple pie, but I want to have like other pies. I want to have like the savory stuff too. I've been meaning to try that stuff as well someday.
Have you ever had a shepherd's pie?
No, I never.
Does that count as pie?
I would say it does.
The thing is, whenever I eat it, I with my fork, I divide the crust off and I just eat the meat and corn.
Shepherd's pie doesn't always have crust with it. It's kind of a
I've never had it without crust. I've only had it homemade.
that is more of a northeastern type thing for sure. More on the west, it's mostly just a cottage pie, really.
Yeah, I've never had it like that. I've only had it with like a hard crust on the top, and I always just like lasagna. You just take the top and the bottom off. I like lasagna, but like you're not even eating the entire thing because you always have to take off the top and the bottom because it's always hard as shit.
If it's cooked well enough, I feel like sometimes it's a mixture in terms of how you do it. I feel like
Also, lasagna. Lasagna. I just had like a Vietnam flashback to lasagna, the worst lasagna I've ever had. The story may be a little bit sad, but I just think it's funny. My my mom was really hungover one morning, and at like 7 o'clock in the morning, me and Chelsea want breakfast, and my mom had like a fucking like had like a microwavable lasagna. No, that was the thing. It was made for the oven, but she put it in the microwave still in the box. She didn't unwrap anything. She just threw the entire box into the microwave and just set it for 5 minutes. It ended up like sparking, and she like pulled it out and like threw it on the counter, and she made me and Chelsea dig it out of the plastic and eat it.
fucking hell. What the fuck?
And that was the worst lasagna I've ever had, and I still remember it to this day because it was still cold. We were eating raw lasagna, and she made us both eat it.
It was sparking, and she made you dig it out of the still hot plastic.
Yes, and she made us eat it.
She microwaved it for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, and somehow it was still cold.
Yeah, because it was in the box too, and usually like a lasagna takes like 8 to 10
I had like a
minutes.
Vietnam flashback. I completely forgot about that. God, I have
oh
some
my
repressed
God.
fucking memories. Jesus Christ.
That sounds fucking traumatic. It's like, you fucking eat that. It's like, I don't want to. It's cold. It's like, no, you eat it. I made
We were
it.
really young too. Yeah.
No, yeah, I imagine that shit sucks. Jesus.
That just reminds me of the fucking Big Mac story too, where she shoved it down Chelsea's gullet. Did I tell that story on the podcast?
I've heard it. I don't know. If
I could tell that one quick. It's not. It's funny in retrospect, but child abuse also. But
Right.
anyway, she again, same circumstance. She was hungover. I think this may have been the same week. I can't remember. No, it was before I met you guys, so it must have been like almost 10 years ago at this point. Jesus. Anyway, we were driving to McDonald's, we got it, and we were driving home, and me and Chelsea started eating it in the car, and Chelsea hated it. Was either mustard or mayonnaise, I don't remember. I'm just gonna go with mayonnaise. She hated mayonnaise at the time, and she took a bite into it. We asked specifically not for mayonnaise, and she's like, I asked for no mayonnaise! And Chelsea being Chelsea, she started kicking and crying.
Right.
And my mom's like, you're gonna fucking eat it! Like, just out of nowhere, she was quiet the entire time until that, and I was just like, okay, Chelsea, you're gonna want to eat it. And my mom was obviously upset, and Chelsea just kept on kicking her seat and crying. And my mom was like, all right, that's it. And she pulled over to the side of the road, ripped her door open in the middle of traffic, took the burger, tipped Chelsea's head back, and shoved the burger down her throat.
Jesus.
Your mother is awful.
Yeah. That's awful.
I'm sure, as you're aware, but Jesus.
I was screaming and kicking at her. I'm like, don't fucking do that! And she did
Yeah,
it
no,
anyway,
yeah.
and Chelsea, like, and then there's just burger all over the place, and Chelsea sadly ate the rest of it.
Right, like just like
I don't know
in her
why I'm
mouth.
laughing, but I just think it's funny.
No, it's funny just with how fucking weird and like chaotic it is. It's just like you're a fucking adult. Like why are you acting like you're like some teenager?
One of these days, I'll do the mom cast. That could take up an entire podcast. We did it once, but it just didn't come out right.
Yeah, I
That
get
time
you.
was just too sad. But yeah, I'll tell that story someday. What would you ask Santa for if he could give you anything?
The Omnitrix.
Okay,
Jesus.
Tamden would take. That was really close. Tamden, get the Omnitrix. Lumi, what would you get from Santa?
A life-size Lucario because I want.
Are you a furry?
Lucario. No, I main Lucario.
He just wants it.
I want a life-size
He's my
Gardevoir.
Smash main, so I had to rep him.
You have to fight him in real life and best him in combat.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just ask for the power to like transform into a Lucario? Then he could be your true
Because
furry.
that would actually make me a furry, like, you know.
You could fight crime.
It'd be like that really creepily well done animation of that chick from X and Y transforming into that fire
That's
starter.
not epic.
If Santa could give me anything I want, I'd ask for a better job. I want to work in his workshop. I want to just listen to podcasts all day while I make toys.
Munchy, what would you ask Santa for?
I want more Santas so you can get more Santas to get more Santas to get more wishes or whatever. Or presents.
Oh, you're doing the genie shit?
Yeah.
Say if hypothetically Santa had the genie rule where you can't just multiply Santa for infinity, what would you get?
I want a present that could be anything I want. Like in a regular show.
Wait, no, I'd ask to be Santa.
Munchy would ask for the power from regular show.
I want on all NFT
Oh,
collections.
actually, yes.
Go to hell.
Munchy, with the power, you could get anything you want.
Yeah.
That's a good wish.
A bunch of baby ducks, send them right here. You could have a bunch of ducks.
Sewing machine that doesn't work. Send it right here.
Stand on top of me, and then you die.
I'd ask for $1 billion.
That's a good wish.
You could get something that could make you money. You could have literally anything and look.
$1 billion.
What are you gonna do with $1 billion?
You could buy all the graphics cards and start your own Bitcoin farm.
Tingle, you're gonna spend 50 million and go, fuck, I don't know what to do with the rest of this.
Yeah, and then the U.S. government comes for tax collection, and you have $15 million.
I would ask
Yeah.
to have every superpower that I desire.
Yeah, there you go.
That includes money
Tingle,
laundering.
if you after $1 billion, you're not gonna have an Omnitrix to defend yourself when the government comes knocking on your door.
If he has every power, then he could shapeshift. He doesn't need the Omnitrix. He doesn't need a stupid watch.
Yeah,
he can just do it.
Yeah, I don't need a stupid.
Fuck you fucking Steven Universe fan watching bitch.
Actually, I like Steven Universe less because I forgot that really good scene from Cowboy Bebop, Steven Universe literally just ripped it right off.
I like Steven Universe less because I think it is awful.
You know what I'd do? I would wish to have a job either, I would say editing, but now would probably be animating, and I'd want to get better at Blender and actually do the thing that I want to do. My big project that I'm slowly chipping away at. When did you stop believing in Sandy Claus?
I grew up in a really Christian household, like evangelical to some extent. So my grandma, rather than celebrating Christmas with Santa Claus, celebrate the Jesus factor about it. I remember one year I made a birthday cake for Jesus on Christmas.
Did he gobble it up?
No, I think we ate it, but
I can.
Here you go, Jesus. Then you start eating it, and then he just smites you immediately.
That is really egotistical.
it's weird. It's very weird. Yeah, I remember like at 5 being introduced to the idea of Santa Claus with kids around me and media, and then asking about it and then being told like, oh, it's not real. Kind of killed my fun on Christmas a bit.
For me, that was never like really a thing. It's just like my grandparents would just get me and my siblings stuff, write down a list of things that we'd want, and we'd get it. And yeah, that was basically my Christmas. I never really had Santa. I didn't really like watch too much media besides cartoons.
I think I just kind of like, as I got older, I'm pretty sure I just kind of was like, yeah, he's not real. My parents did a good job of hiding that they were the ones who got the gifts.
That's pretty cool.
My parents were never really loud about it. They were just kind of like, it exists. And I can actually tell you the exact moment when I stopped believing. I was watching a Game Grumps episode. I was watching a Game Grumps episode. It was during the John era, like right before he left. Because when I got into Game Grumps, it was literally a week. I'm like, wow, this is good. And then John left. But it was a Game Grumps episode, and they said something about Santa. It was either that or Chugga Conroy. I can't remember. But there was some comment about Santa not being real, and I was like, huh. If John Jafari said it, it must be true. And I stick to that. I stick to that political view to this day.
If my favorite YouTuber with my favorite politics said Santa Claus,
he was right about Santa. He was right about the Banana Republic. Tamden, do you remember? Did you ever believe in Santa?
Yeah.
When did you stop believing?
When I was like 6 or 7.
Damn. What happened?
Nothing. I was like, there's no way this is real.
Oh, come on. Tamden, your brain was that developed at 6 years old?
I never believed in Santa. I
believed in him. I was just like, I don't think he's real. He didn't give me enough presents.
He didn't give me Pokemon Platinum. Fuck this cocksucker.
You knew your parents were poor and you knew that was a shit excuse. You're like, yeah, this ain't Santa.
This is fake. That literally was it. Oh,
really?
Yeah, I didn't get anything on the list. I'm like, oh, I don't think Santa's real.
I don't know. Some kids don't believe in Jesus, like at that age, like when they're told it, so I can believe it.
Yeah, but then they get beaten to believing.
I believed in him at first.
Jesus?
No.
No, Santa.
I mean,
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Chris.
I don't know what to tell you about Jesus. I'll see. I'll believe him when I see it.
Oh! Speaking about believing in Jesus, this is a funny story about when I was a kid. Tamden, I'll cut out the name, but do you remember Gareth's?
Yeah. Did he have very Christian parents?
No, opposite. He was atheistic, and in kindergarten, I got into an argument with him about if angels were real or not.
I think you told me this, and I was like, damn, I literally cannot see him getting into a legitimate argument.
Dude, it was in kindergarten though, so it was either in kindergarten or somewhere in elementary. So kindergarten through 2nd grade, I think it is. That's how it is in my school district anyway. So I don't know how the argument started. I think it was around Christmas time. And I said, angels are real. And he said, yeah, I believe in angels, but not God. And I'm like, where do you think the angels are? And I ended up convincing him that God was real in that conversation. And then the teacher
You changed his whole life.
You converted Gareth's feet. Bro, you should have said that. You should have let that be known.
I did. I ended up convincing him with my line of logic. I'm like, okay, so you believe in angels. For some reason he did, and he said yes. Maybe he watched Evangelion or something. And I was like, okay, so where are they? And I just made him think about it. He's like, oh shit.
Oh, shit, you're right.
I really wish it was the other way around, so you could say Gareth mansplained you.
I wish he would have mansplained me because this isn't me being horny. That's just me saying that's just me saying that I wish I wasn't religious for as long as I was. The teacher ended up overhearing it because we got kind of rambunctious with the argument.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters if you're religious or not. It's just whether or not you're an asshole about it or not.
Oh, I was being an asshole to him for not being religious, and because my parents raised me like that at a young age. Right. The teacher ended up telling my parents about it, and my dad patted me on the back. He said, "Good." He said, "I'm not joking." He said, "Good job, son."
I'm raising a good Christian boy. Hell yeah.
I'm not joking. That's what happened. And it confirmed me for a while that God was in fact real because I got confirmation from my parents about it.
Right.
And thinking back on that, that's really creepy.
That just reaffirms me how fucking terrible Christian or creepy Christian
It's a fucking cult.
Oh, yeah.
In our first Christmas episode, I think literally right after I told my dad I wasn't religious, we had the podcast and I talked to Dan about it. He didn't really seem to care. He's like, okay, just don't let your stepmom know. And I'm like, okay. Because she's way more religious.
He's like, same, actually. I've been
He's like, thank God.
I'm not the only one, and then and then I dabbed him up. Oh yeah, speaking of dabbing people up, whenever people do that, I didn't know what it was. So what I like to do is whenever somebody does that to me, like Xavier come up to me, he's like, hey Chris, how's it going? And I grab his hand and I shake it very violently. I give him like a big white guy handshake, up and down, very hard.
You grab his bald
Really
fist
right.
and just shake
I
it.
grab his bald head and slam it into the countertop. I actually have a mini story because I was thinking about this earlier today and I thought it was kind of funny. And since I was kind of telling a few life stories tonight, I might as well tell this one. I actually almost got outed as being gay/bi. Basically, before I met you, Tamden, actually. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was when Full Moon was happening. I went to a thing called Teen Camp. We talked about it on the podcast. The first episode that's public, actually, if you go back and listen to that one, we talked about it, and this kid that OD'd. He didn't actually die, he just, like, took too many ADHD medication pills, and he was, like, zoning out on the couch. Anyway, like, the first year that I went, I used to bring my iPad and I'd download videos. You probably know where this is going. I on my iPad mini, I used to download YouTube videos. As well as YouTube videos, I used to download porn as well. And, the porn ended up being straight and gay porn because I was starting to get into that as the time started experimenting with that, and I was like, huh, this shit ain't bad. I was chomping down on a big cigar and watching my gay porn.
That's
Anyway,
really funny.
so on that iPad, I left to get pizza at fucking Bono's because it was right around the corner for where the teen camp thing is, and it's a pizza place. And I I must have forgotten to sign out because the thing is the downloader has like a password protection. Somehow they got into it and they checked the search history. They didn't even check the downloads because those were behind another password protection thing. But yeah, I had layers. This shit was locked down. But
Right.
the thing that I forgot to do because I'm not used to people coming over to my house or anything, so I don't have passwords on like the home screen of my iPad, or I didn't clear the search history until this happened. So a bunch of people found my search history, and it was a bunch of gay porn from the night prior.
Oh boy.
So I came back. This is the only time I've ever gotten picked on for being bi or gay, and this was like 2016, 2015. I came back and I see my book bag because I put it in the other room. I see my book bag in the main room. And a bunch of people huddled around it laughing their asses off. They have my iPad in their hand and they're reading off all the video titles. And I red-faced fucking went over, grabbed it, put it back into my bag, and I think I cried.
Right. No, yeah.
And
Nah,
I'm not
dude.
joking. And some popular people, like, in the grade below me knew. But it never got around. I don't know how. I don't know why. I didn't even talk to people at the time. They just didn't say anything.
We probably forgot about it. It was at
I was probably such a nobody loser that they just didn't care enough to spread it around. And also, I got kind of revenge on the main kid who did it. His name was I'll cut his name out was Jacob, and I ended up seeing his dick. Diavion ended up getting his dick pic. A video of him jerking off, and it was really funny because his dick was like half the size of his middle finger.
How do you?
It was the
how do you
smallest
get-
penis I've ever seen.
How do you get a video of
Was
you
it
Here's
porn?
my thing. Here's my thing. Doing something like that, if you're in high school especially,
Oh, no, this was middle
and
school.
you know, and even that,
No
you
shit.
know that it's gonna go around, and you know that it's not just gonna go to that one person. He's gotta have either some balls or some ignorance.
No, he's a fucking dumbass. He was
Yeah.
like a popular stoner kid, and everyone hated him. He was like the
Oh,
Matty
fuck
D
that.
of that grade.
What did you do with the video?
What? No, she showed me it on her phone. I didn't fucking save it.
Oh,
No, Tim. This isn't a copy of the John video.
how did you get your revenge if all you did was
No,
see his
there
penis?
wasn't revenge. It's just that I saw his. I just kind of in my head mentally was like, yeah, okay, I think we're even. Because that was a really
Okay.
embarrassing video, and also Diavion, she was like dating Noah at the time. I think that was a year before she dated Noah. But if it ever did come out, I could have just, I guess, asked for it and countered. But I
You were
don't
like,
know.
I've
No
seen your
reverse.
penis.
Yeah, because
We're
for
both-
him it would be word of mouth. There was no proof of my search history. There would have been proof of him jacking off.
Oh,
He had that was the smallest penis I've ever seen
That
in my
would've
life.
been
That was
Half
scarily
the
small.
size of his middle finger. While
I am not
erect,
joking. It was like scarily small.
While erect,
well, you guys are also in middle school.
My dick was not that small in middle school.
I know, but some people are late. I'm pretty sure some people
Is
are
that a
somewhat
thing?
late. bloomers.
I thought it was always like relatively the same size in proportion to your body.
some people.
No,
some
it
people
really
just
does
have
take a while.
micropenises.
How do you know
Yeah.
this?
He might have just had a micro penis.
I think he
Yeah,
does.
that's
He
true.
overcompensated a lot. He looked like a douchebag Justin Bieber. But oh yeah, and there's this one kid, and the only reason I was nice to him is because he was the only one who kept on bringing it up. But he was smart about it. He only brought it up when it was me and him.
Oh,
And like literally the last time I've ever heard about this was a cross country meet in high school. I saw him go by and I kind of forgot about the whole thing. And I was like, "Oh hey Tyler, how's it going?" He said, "Nice search history." As he ran by me. That was like shitty
It
remembers.
was me. It was me.
Yeah, and then as he ran by, I took out my Glock and "This is America, you." I think I'm still friends with him on fucking Instagram just because I was scared. I was scared that he was gonna tell.
I'm a faggot in DMs and then still.
Now I don't give a shit. He can tell anyone he fucking wants. I don't really think we've ever talked about this in a podcast, me coming out. I think we did, but we ended up not using it.
Maybe.
Actually, if I still have the recording, I'll put it here. That kind of leads into the next topic. Coming out.
Popeye!
So, me, Amelia, and Luminous were in a call a few nights ago, and I was pretty out of it. And we were listening to the podcast where I was talking about my mom and shit, and it was like pretty real, and we were all talking about like life and shit. And I was pretty out of it, and I said, you know what? In my head, I was like, you know what? Might as well let this out, right? Like I've been holding this in for a long time, and I'm out of high school, so whatever. And I just it literally came out like this, and I thank Amelia and Luminous for being really cool about it. I said, this is basically how I went. I was like, I've never really told anybody this, but I'm bisexual. And they were
Yeah,
really,
they were really. I wasn't really prepared for that. I was like,
they were really cool about it. So, thank you for that.
I knew it. I knew
That was really
it.
something I could talk with. I was like, huh.
Oracle.
Like in that moment, I was like,
Munchy,
what?
Munchy, you constantly saying Opie's gay finally rubbed off on me.
What?
Yeah, I'm bisexual. What about it, Tingle?
Yeah.
I still like chicks. I just like dudes too.
What?
No, you're a liar.
What?
Munchy, I swear to God, I like chicks. There's a chick at my work that I like, so there you go.
What?
What?
No, okay.
Could you really
Don't
not tell?
mistake me. Don't mistake me. I'm not like. I don't.
Oh yeah,
care.
I'm not bashing
You know
on
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
fine, I don't
You
care.
guys are just hyping it up and making jokes. I don't care.
What? What? No, I'm not making a joke.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I know. I was making the jokes of the call the other night. I was like, I guess the first thing I said afterwards is I don't want it up the ass. I'm not that kind of bisexual. But yeah, I'm surprised you guys couldn't. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you guys couldn't tell. Tiggle's in shock. Tiggle's
Like,
shit.
in retrospect, I can't.
I'm honestly surprised you guys couldn't tell. I joke a lot.
I have been saying that the entire time.
Munchy slams his desk and he goes, "Yes, fucking finally! He said it! He said it! It's true! Opie is gay."
Okay, I just want to say, in retrospect, like thinking about like on like a lot of the stuff you said, I was like, huh,
What?
yeah, I can see that.
I've said twink multiple times and not a lot of straight people know what that means. Are you gonna say anything else but
No,
what?
not just that. I might have been thinking about like something else,
That's
but like
crazy.
I think. Never mind.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I think he just blew his mind.
I think I broke Tingle. He was just saying what for like a minute straight. He was grabbing his head and rocking back and forth in his chair in fetal
That's
fetal
crazy.
position. Yeah.
That's kind of wild. You can't just fucking drop
That
that.
is
I
pretty
did. I
wild.
literally did.
Yeah, he did in a call like out of nowhere. I was just like, huh. Like I didn't even like react. I was
You
like,
can't just
probably if I
drop
was like
something
in
like
like a
that so casually on me like that.
I can actually. It's 2020. Wake up, Tingle.
This
Opie
is
is.
a
I
reward
wasn't,
for
like-
not being in the call for all this time.
Yeah, it's 2020, Tingle. Opie is gay now. 2020 is a crazy year, huh?
Bisexual.
I've always been bisexual. I just never told anybody because I didn't want to fucking deal with it as a kid in school. But I literally I think it was literally the night that I graduated. It was the night that I got my graduation papers.
I can't wrap my head around this. Actually.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't like masculine men. I like guys that look like chicks. I don't like masculine men. I find that gross. But
Yo, James Charles X Opie.
I do not like James
kinda-
Charles. He looks like a fucking Barbie, and his ass looks weird. No, he's
That's
got.
kind of crazy, Chris.
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy, cripple.
If it makes you feel
Thank
any
you.
better,
I
I
mean-
don't have anything for anybody in the Skype or Discord group.
I mean, it doesn't.
Sorry,
change,
Tingle.
It doesn't change like anything at all.
Yeah,
in-
it
in,
really
like, the way I
doesn't.
feel,
It
or,
really
like, the
doesn't.
way
I'll
we-
just
we're
call a guy.
friends or anything.
I'll just call a guy cute every once in a while. That's all.
Well, no,
I think
I
you
just-
did
I
that
don't-
before you
I don't want
revealed
you
it,
to
to be
think that my.
honest.
I did. I called people attractive, and I was okay with it.
I don't
Yeah,
want
but
you to
like,
think that my shock
that
is
doesn't like necessarily mean
a negative thing.
Yeah, it isn't. It's just that I've never told anybody, so it's surprising.
Jesus Christ.
Now you told the entire public.
I don't give
You're
a
gonna
shit.
end up on
Yeah.
TMZ.
Opie is gay, and it's Munchy fucking red-faced,
Did
laughing,
Chelsea- did
rolling
Chelsea
around on the
know?
ground.
Yeah, did Chelsea know?
Chelsea does
No,
not like
Chelsea doesn't
Chelsea
know.
doesn't like gay people, so that may.
I still can't believe that.
Do you want me to text her that I'm
Does
bi?
Amy know?
She was in the call, so yes.
Amy's always trying to make us gay.
What?
What?
What? Munchy, are you still gonna call me gay, or because I'm bi now, are you gonna give it up?
I don't know. I
You're
feel
gonna
like it's
say, oh,
insensitive, but at the same
bye.
time, I don't want anything to change.
I mean, now you're just stating a fact. So even if you were saying that, it couldn't be offensive. You're just like saying that I'm gay. Am I allowed to say faggot now?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how that shit
No.
works. I'll censor that out just in case. I actually recorded when I came out for Tingle and Munchy.
How
Did you really?
You don't remember that?
No.
I did. It was really funny. And Munchy was Tingle. I think you had the best reaction out of anyone I told. Munchy was just laughing because you were saying Opie's
Because
gay is real.
I didn't expect it. Like it's just something I wasn't
It
expecting.
was a really funny reaction. I'm not offended
I
by it.
felt
or
bad
anything. I thought it was
afterwards because like I don't care, but it just was shocking.
funny.
I feel like my reaction was very underwhelming.
Everyone's reaction was underwhelming. Noah wanted me to tell Tamden really bad, and we called Tamden, and I was like, "Hey Tamden, guess what?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, and I'm like, "I'm bi." He just sits there for a second, sighs, and then says, "Is this why you brought me into the call?" No care in the fucking world. And then he immediately left.
something else.
Yeah, obviously. We could tell.
like,
Me and Noah were laughing
like, I
so
don't-
hard. You're
what
like,
is
"I don't
this?"
care," and then you just left.
That's the best Fred reaction, though. It's just like, okay, so
You
That doesn't
couldn't
change your
fucking
fucking-
care less.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what?
That's a good reaction.
You want to fuck me? Is that why you're telling me? That's literally.
Yeah, I
Is
started
something
fluttered
you
my eyelashes, and Tamden just sighed and said no. The first people I told was Illumi and Amy in a late night call.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember me doing like an overreaction of it, and Amy was just like, "Duh, you fucking idiot! You didn't know." I was like, "No, was I supposed to?"
I thought it was pretty obvious.
Like, was it common knowledge?
I mean, the thing is, a lot of
How was it obvious?
it's because of all the gay jokes. But here's the thing: a lot of straight
I
people.
always
do
Everyone
this
makes
shit.
gay
Yeah,
I
that's
always
the
thought you were
thing.
just a homophobe.
I know you in real life, and I'm just like, when I heard that, like, obviously I didn't show visible surprise. Internal, I'm like, really? Okay.
Tamden in his head was fucking freaking out, tipping over tables, punching walls.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's why I had such a reaction.
I wouldn't go
'cause
that.
you always made jokes against gay people. I was like, what?
Because I think I still do. I just think it's funny.
I was
Repressed.
thinking about it later, and I'm like, oh, he's gay.
Bye. Pan, actually.
What?
I don't know which one it is. I think I'm Pan.
Grandpa!
Pansexual means that you would date somebody regardless of whether they were male, female, or transitioned,
Yeah.
Or non-binary
Yeah, I
as
would.
well.
or non-binary. Yeah.
I would.
So basically, you'll date anything.
Yeah, this is the thing about being bi that I don't get. Okay, if you're into guys, you're into girls. Once it's like a mix, then you're out.
Yeah, it's like once you like non-binaries
Well,
and
what does the word bi mean, Chris?
It's guys
mean-
and girls. Yeah, but then trans is a mix of both.
it's not like they're another category. Non-binary would be like the third thing, and then technically you have like Twitter and Instagram, like young Tumblr users.
Yeah,
doing
and then you have the list that goes 100,000 long.
Yeah, but you know, whatever makes you happy. I don't care enough.
I guess people are wired differently, but I feel like if you were bi, then you'd be into trans people too. If they were leaning towards looking more masculine or more feminine, I don't know.
Right.
That's how I figured out. I was just there's some chick and I ended up having a dick, and I was like, oh, all right.
I would
You're
say
like, oh, that's kind of nice.
And then I looked down and I was like, nothing. Why isn't this going down?
I think you just like Fudas.
I don't jack off to hentai.
I would say that being bi doesn't
I
necessarily.
mean, Fuda isn't native to hentai
My porn search, I've never encountered that term.
in my history.
All right.
But I was going to say that bisexuality doesn't exclude trans people unless you're probably like a TERF or transphobic. It's just, I don't know, like with bi people especially, it's not like you have a specific genitalia you're looking for or anything like that. I get it if you're straight because you're maybe just not into penis or vagina. So it's just like, Well, like I like how you look and like your personality, but I'm just not into penis.
Speaking of that, I I was on a porn site. I was just scrolling through comments on some hot trans person, and they look very feminine. And all the comments were like, "I'm straight, but why does this turn me on?" And I'm like, and there was just a bunch of people denying that they're bi or like pan, but they're saying that it turns them on and they got off to it. And I'm like, then
Right? Then you're probably not that offended by penis, and you're more offended by masculine energy.
it literally all the videos were them with their fucking dick out jacking it off, and I'm like, you
Right.
you literally can't phase that out.
There's definitely some dudes who misinterpret their attraction to femininity as only being attracted to like vagina and some shit like that.
I guess they haven't done a deep dive enough. I don't know, but a lot
No,
of those
yeah.
guys were in fucking denial. They started using like power level percentages. Like, this is only 97% gay. Like, I'm 97% straight.
And this.
Is to go even further beyond.
And then you got the people who are like, I'm super straight. I hate trans people.
Yeah, they're jacking off to this fucking hot person.
I bet you half the people that were jacking off to it posted on Twitter about being super straight and how they hated trans too.
They
Oh, yeah.
they were super attractive in a female sense. So
Alex
I understand it, but at the same time, once that
Did
crosses,
you just say Alex Jones?
what?
Alex Jones was caught watching trans porn.
Oh,
He
okay.
was?
I thought-
On his history.
Wasn't Ted Cruz?
No, that was just roller porn.
I remember there was a comedian who was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about how he like accidentally stumbled across gay porn one time, and he was like, "Dude, blowjobs are next level." He was like,
A
"I
bro
just
get another
accidentally
bro
came across
head?"
This video." He was like, "I just came across this video by accident, and I sat there and watched it for like 45 minutes."
Psychic Pebble said he watched an entire gay porn without turning it off.
I feel like you can watch it. It doesn't mean you're gay per se. It's just like, It's just like watching it out of
You're sipping
curiosity,
whiskey.
like,
You have your librarian glasses on.
Yeah.
It's completely
Yeah.
straight. He also said he had gay dreams. Here's the funny thing. I'm bi, and I've had sexual dreams. It's always been with 100% females. No trans people. It's always been females.
It's definitely media you consume. I feel like that probably.
I
Well,
watch
maybe
gay
you
porn.
just prefer taco to sausage, you know?
That too. Yeah.
I watch gay porn though.
Maybe you get a preference, doesn't mean you can't be bi.
I do have a preference more towards females and more towards feminine people. This is a very personal podcast tonight.
I mean, you don't have to include it.
I think it's interesting. It's funny. Oh yeah, one last funny anecdote about this. Very early on, I think about around the time when I first met Tamden. This wasn't like the beginning of high school. I found a video of a guy who looked exactly like this kid in our grade, but he was obviously older because then that would be illegal.
Right.
And this kid was like, he was a really nice kid, but it was just kind of a thing known that he was a little dopey. Not like he was just
And
like
there was a video of like a guy who looked exactly like him just beating his fucking dick, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I saved it, and I you could probably tell what happened by me trying to describe that. I'm gonna skip past it, and then later on, I was like, "Hey Tamden, look at this." And I showed him it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I found this." And he's like, "How'd you find it?" And I'm like, "I just found it in the sidebar." And he's like, "Okay," and he never questioned it.
Looking for it.
my thoughts were never like, oh man, was he jacking off to this? I'm like, lol, it's John.
It looked I still have it. It looks exactly like him. It's fucking weird. Future Opie here, hello. Literally after I edited an entire hour of this podcast, I went to get the next segment and I realized that for some reason, my voice did not record. So this is the end of the podcast. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, a lot of parts from the next section were us talking personal stuff and we had to cut it out anyway. But it's kind of sad knowing that the good conversations from it are gone and the ones that we could have used. So, sorry for the abrupt ending, but happy holidays. I hope you have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever the fuck you're celebrating. I'm going to try to reenact what I said during the finale. And, yeah. See you guys later. Well, this is the end of the podcast, and we were here with Lumi.
Later.
Tamden.
I was going to say hi, bye.
Rope.
Goodbye.
And Munchy.
Hi guys, welcome to the Team Sullivan podcast, Holiday Edition.
And finally, Tingle.
Hey guys, welcome back to season.
You know what?
3 of
Fuck this.
Full
I'm
Moon.
ending it.
Today we're
Hell,
gonna
this
be
isn't even
building our
genuine. This is
house
being
up here in
recorded
the
after the
mountains.
fact, actually. So happy holidays, and go fuck yourself.